This essay example, as well as thousands of others, is available in text format on our website for free and without registration. Simply Google Ivy Panda Free Essays.
Introduction. Pork is one of the most widely consumed meats in the world, particularly in regions such as North America, South America, and Sub-Saharan Africa. In the religious world, pork is one of the meats that are forbidden in the Bible. In the Old Testament, God prohibited the Israelites from eating the pig because it was unclean. Regardless of the Bible's warning, there are several reasons why it is advisable to avoid pork. The pig is a very dirty animal that eats a lot of contaminated materials that make it unfit for human consumption. Many people love pork. However, it would not be so appetizing if they become familiar with a pig's diet. The pig is a scavenger that is viewed as the eliminator of waste in many forms. Therefore, pork is unhealthy for human consumption. Saturation with toxins. As mentioned earlier, the pig consumes many toxic materials that make its meat unfit for human consumption. Unlike other animals, a pig's digestive system does not eliminate the toxins that it consumes. I have learned that pigs have few sweat glands. This is another reason for the buildup of toxins in the body. Many animals release toxins through sweating. However, since pigs rarely sweat, the toxins amass in the body. I avoid pork because it contains high levels of dangerous chemicals that could be perilous to my health. For example, it contains high levels of antibiotics that are administered to treat diseases. Risk of infection. Humans and animals share many diseases. Swine flu is one of the diseases that can affect both humans and pigs. The most common route of transmission of the influenza virus is physical contact with pigs or infected people. The virus cannot be contracted by consuming pork products made from infected pigs. However, contact with pigs or people infected with the virus can cause infection. Pigs harbor many viruses that can cause serious infections. For example, they are primary carriers of tapeworms, Nipah virus, Taenia solanum, meningel virus, and hepatitis E virus. Trichinosis is an infection that emanates from the consumption of undercooked meat. Complications associated with trichinosis infection include inflammation of the lungs, heart muscle, and central nervous system. The most effective way to avoid viral infection is to avoid consuming pork. The inhumane treatment of pigs. One of the main reasons for avoiding pork is the inhumane treatment that pigs are subjected to during rearing. I watched a documentary about industrial pig rearing and it was disturbing. After insemination, the animals are confined to small crates that are 2 feet wide, and that are so small that they cannot turn around or engage in any physical activity. This horrible treatment violates the rights of animals, which include timely and adequate feeding, proper living environment, and protection from any form of cruelty. I refrain from eating pork because I think it promotes a cruel and corrupt business that mistreats animals and sells a product that increases the risk of disease infection. Pigs are also subjected to cruel treatment during slaughtering. The United States Department of Agriculture has reported many incidents of the unkind killing of pigs. Some pigs are stunned and left to wander around until they die. In other cases, piglets are smashed on the floor and left to die slowly. Factory farming. I feel that large-scale pig farming is unethical and inappropriate. Factory farming refers to the rearing of pigs for pork production on an industrial scale. A tour of one of the largest factory farms in the United States revealed the extent of the problem. Factory farms have been criticized for exposing pigs to poor living environments. During the visit, I was informed that the majority of pigs that produce pork are raised in factory farms where they are injected with drugs to prevent diseases and speed up growth. In addition, they are confined in crowded warehouses that lack fresh air and that limit their mobility. I saw pigs that had become crippled because of excessive weight gain. The unhealthy living conditions that the pigs lived under were good enough reasons for me to avoid consuming pork. Healthier alternatives. Healthier alternatives to pork include grass-fed beef, poultry, bison, lamb, and wild-caught fish. These alternatives contain fewer toxins and are great sources of protein and other nutrients. Vegetarian substitutes for pork include beans, soy protein, tofu, turkey bacon, eggplant bacon, and mushroom bacon. Conclusion. The reasons for avoiding pork include the high risk of infection, the inhumane treatment of pigs, the dangers of factory farming, the existence of healthier alternatives, and the high levels of toxins in the meat. Eating pork is an easy way to get an infection that could have serious health problems. In many farms where pork is produced, pigs are subjected to cruel treatments such as poor living environments, administration of drugs to speed up growth, and unkind transportation and killing. Consumption of pork is one of the ways of supporting a corrupt and cruel business that does not respect the rights of animals. If you want to find more works like this research paper on why you should not eat pork, head over to ivpanda.com. It has a collection of free samples with thousands of submissions covering virtually all academic subjects. No registration required to access it.